So DTB is a professional wealth management company with a unique approach to helping clients put meaning to their means. And you guys are here today to share some exciting news with us.
Thanks, Marius. Absolutely. We are so excited today to announce that David Terbrugge, sitting over here, will be joining DTB Wealth as a new partner and senior advisor from the 1st of March. And Reg and I have been working on David for a long time now, and it's just all come to fruition. So it's wonderful. It's going to be the start of a very successful, hopefully new relationship for all of us and our clients.
Talking to you guys, you certainly have a very unique or interesting story and how you got together. If I'm not mistaken, Adam, you and David met each other during your cricket days at Gauteng Cricket. Tell us about that.
Well, we come from different ends of the spectrum. I'm an opening batsman, Dave was an opening bowler, and we shared the cricket field at the Wanderers and change room for many years, playing for Gauteng Cricket over the years. Very wonderful times, and we got to know each other as teammates then. Dave, I don't know if you want to carry on with this.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's Adam and I go way back. Must be pushing on 30 years, Marius. But over many long, hot days in the cricket field or in the change room or on an aeroplane or a tour bus, I think Adam and I shared I suppose, an interest in what lay beyond cricket. And I think we both identified very quickly that the financial services, or the wealth management industry was something that both appealed to us. And so we sort of developed the interest from there. And, post cricket, there was always that possibility that something like this would happen.
We tried different kind of skills. David always felt that he had the talent with the bat and me with the ball. I don't think we ever batted out there in the middle, maybe once.
And a few times, I think.
Certainly, I'm really hoping that the next period of our lives we'll have lots of batting partnerships out there. I don't think we'll be taking hopefully too many wickets, but building up some nice partnerships together.
So that tells me about your story, but how did you connect with Reg?
Well, that journey started probably 20 odd years ago, in around about 2003, Marius. I was sitting in a hospital recovery bed at Linksfield Hospital, and the gentleman next to me happened to be Reg's partner at the time. And we got chatting, and he told me what he did, and it immediately piqued my interest around the industry and the opportunities. So I asked him a lot of questions, and I thought nothing of it. And a couple of weeks later, the phone rang, and set up a meeting and went into the business, and that's where I met Reg for the first time. And I suppose Reg saw something. He didn't kick me out immediately, and yeah.
What actually happened was that my partner had his knee up, and he came back, and I said, yeah, blah, blah, and he was talking about the experience, and he said, because my family was always a cricket fanatic, so we always talked about the cricket, and he said there was this tall red-haired guy. I can't remember his name, but like a funny name, and he was in the bed next to me, and I said, was he a bowler? He said, yeah, I think it was a David Terbrugge. And I said, you phone him right now, he's coming for coffee. And David came in, and we hit it off right away. It was quite exciting because, as he says, it's many years ago, it's about 20 years ago. I then mentored David to not sound patronizing, but he was still a little boy, and I was still a young man. Yeah. And he got his CFP. He went throughout the country with me. We saw many clients, and it was a fantastic start to a friendship. And then shortly thereafter, David went on to Investec. Yeah. So when David left, and my previous partner and I, he moved to Cape Town, so we split the business very equitably. And I then was looking for some other guys to work with, somebody else, because the approach that we were using, that I enjoyed, was that we were always twofold, because it was the way we dealt with clients, looking at the human side as well as the number side. And obviously, I remembered Adam, and I remember David, and I said to them, could we meet? And we met for a meeting, and it was quite exciting that there were some possibilities of something developing. But then what happened was I thought about it a lot, and I thought, let me talk to one of my clients, Ant Delport, who'd been a founder of one of the incredible connection, and he was a good businessman, and he came up with some good ideas. And we were there for a couple of hours at his home, and I suddenly said to him, "Ant, why don't you become my partner?" And he said, "Are you crazy? I know nothing about you." And I said, "Don't worry, I'll teach you." And I did. And it started an excellent partnership that developed. And of course, as we all know, Ant was with me for 15 years.
Yeah. But then you had to go back to these guys, I suppose.
Yeah, that wasn't a nice call that I received from Reg a week later to say, "I've got good and bad news." And he said to me, "The bad news for you and David is that I'm not going to form a business with you. And the good news, I've sold half my business."
Okay.
So, yeah, that was the end of part one of our story, which actually meant that myself and David, we went our own ways for a while. Dave, where did you go from there?
I went to Investec fairly shortly thereafter. Spent around 14 years at Investec Wealth Investment, looking after and advising and managing some of the interests of some of South Africa's wealthiest families and individuals and entrepreneurs. And I suppose more recently with Anchor Capital. But always over the course of that period, always stayed in touch with Reg, and particularly Adam. Like Reg mentioned, he did mentor me, and I considered him a mentor. And Adam, obviously, we go back a long way. So there was always this possibility that something might happen.
And Adam, yourself?
I also went on my own way. I went from a big corporate, I went to a smaller company, and then eventually I thought that I could actually start my own wealth management business. And I remembered this guy, Reg Thomson. I'd only had a brief interaction with him, but he spoke about mentoring, and that's the role I could see. And I went to Reg and I said, "What do you think?" And he said, "Absolutely." He said, "Back yourself and go for it," which sounded very easy. I had a nice client base, and I started on my own, but where was I going to have an office? I didn't want to be on my own. I wanted to be with other wealth managers that I could interact with. And I saw in Reg and Ant's office, they had a lovely little space there. And I said, "Reg, what about me coming into that space?" And it was the start of part two for us. 11 years we shared an office together, which is some of the most wonderful years that I've ever spent. We were separate businesses, Bacher Wealth Management and Bacher and Thomson. We had some memorable client breakfasts together where my clients got to know Ant and Reg, and their clients got to know me. And I think we always knew that there could be something building within this. And that was the start of part two with Reg and I, with very happy times in an office sharing together with what was possibly going to come in the future.
And now we're here today with this exciting news, the three of you together. But how did you end up together then?
Well, as Adam was saying, when he moved into our offices, we obviously got to know each other. And Ant and I then spoke to Adam, and we talked and agreed after some period of time that we would merge the businesses, and that we would be ideal because we have the same approach to working with our clients. And that's what happened. And it was on a particular, about 18 months ago, on a particular Monday morning, at 8 o'clock, we signed the agreements which merged our businesses, and everything was done. And unfortunately, about 5 hours later that afternoon, Ant Delport passed away, unfortunately, which was a tragedy for me particularly.
As Reg mentioned, that the passing of Ant, such a great person, such a strategically brilliant businessman, was a huge shock to us. It left us not knowing what path to follow. But, Reg and I, we got together and we said, actually, we need to make this DTB Wealth a success, a resounding success in honor of Ant. And always we've got that feeling that, that there was someone who should be part of this relationship that's not. He was a great friend and a business partner. But, we do a lot in his honor within this business.
So this tragic event brought you guys to a crossroads of sorts because the business needed to go on.
Thank God Adam was there to take the business forward, and he was brilliant while I went in circles trying to sort out what I wanted to do. But we decided we're going to move forward. And then, of course, the earlier friendships that I had developed with David came out again, and David started talking to us, and the negotiations began. And the good news is that next week, on the 1st of March, we'll be, in fact, we're signing next Monday, just a few days before the 1st of March, we will all be partners in the business.
So beside the three of you, you are actually supported by a great team of people within DTB Wealth. Now, Arna, you seem to be the boss of what goes on behind the scenes there at DTB Wealth. And what is your role, and what does the team look like?
Yes, Marius. I'm the practice manager of the business, officially the director of operations. And one of my big roles is the compliance, looking after that, and to see that everything runs seamlessly behind the scenes, to look after our clients, to give them the best experience. And that will not be possible if I do not have Leanne and Eileen on my side as well. They're very passionate and they take care in what they do.
What does the future hold for DTB Wealth?
The future is as exciting as it ever was, and more exciting. One of the concerns for me, obviously, was to have a succession plan, because our relationships with our clients are not just, we don't just take a file and put them in the box. That's not how we deal. We, all three of us, in our own way, have an approach of dealing with people on a personal level and integrating their people, your goals and objectives together with obviously a financial plan, because that's what we're there for. But we like to merge the two together. And I am so excited and so proud, because I know that all our clients are going to be completely comfortable working, particularly with Adam and David in the future. I'm still here for a while. I'm not going to run away. Eventually I will. I'm going to move into some other strategic stuff. But the future of the business is solid, caring, and we will continue focusing on the same approach as we always have before, that you as an individual are important, and we want to know your background and all those personal issues, and then we integrate it with the financial issues. And I've no doubt that it's going to be a very successful business going forward.